Hi everyone, welcome to the final video in this short 3-part series from Johanna Basford's Lost Ocean. In the first video we coloured this a rather vibrant fish. In the second video we did the seahorse, and today we are finishing up with the jellyfish. Let's just get him in shot, there we go. And that should give you enough to complete the page, because those 3 pictures repeat across the whole page. So our jellyfish today we are going to be doing in pink, I have decided. I've got a few shades here. I think I'm not quite sure exactly which ones to use all the way through, but we'll make a start and see how we go. I'm going to use the plum purple first, this sort of really dark one, and start with this sort of this bit. What's it called? Looks hood, umbrella, I don't know, and go all the way around to start with the dark layer. This is exactly what we've been doing with the others. Mr. Fish had quite a lot of different colours in him. These others haven't got the seahorse didn't have quite so many. It's just we didn't have so many which worked. So we'll see how this goes. We could go darker, but I decided not to use this sort of eggplant colour because I thought it would go a little too dark. This is the fuchsia I'm going to use next, because this one because we've got a purple one already, I didn't want this to look too purpley, if that makes sense, too bluey. I want this to be more pink. So we're just going to layer around and around, start to reduce the pressure so we can sort of fade out this colour like that, and then use some of the flamingo pink in the middle. I'm going to use it all over just to help blend together all the colours. This one isn't so sharp, that's probably a good thing. And get a nice, we didn't really get such a solid colour with our seahorse, we did with our fish. Just want them to stand out a bit from the background, because I feel that the creatures are the star of the show. Now for me that looks quite flat, I can't really see the difference in colour between the edge and the middle, so I'm going to go back in with my plum purple and try and get a darker looking layer around that edge. I just want it to look like there's more than one colour in there, because that's what we've done with the others. We may have to dive into that eggplant purple after all. Let's have a look. Let's just brush that a little bit. It does look a little bit darker, but I'm not convinced. I'm just going to blend it a bit better. Yeah, I'm going to get the eggplant, even though I said I wasn't going to. I'm going to go against my own word and just darken it, because we've already got the other colours down there. It won't look as dark, it won't look so purpley, but it will darken that up a bit, which I think is what it needs. There we go. Now I'm going to try and figure out which bits are tentacles and which bits are plant. Quite tricky. I definitely think these bits that are hanging down here are tentacles. I'm going to do a harder colour at the top and less as we go down, and this bit in the same sort of way, and this bit, oh, and this one. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to colour those first, so we're going to go for our plum purple next, and go over the top of that and just finish. I'm going to go all the way to the end of these with the plum purple. Just making sure I've coloured it all in. And this one. You notice I'm oh, it's a train. Ignoring the little dots on there. I just think if there's too many details, I'm going to just skip over them. It's more fun for me if it's a little bit simpler. Okay, now we have these thin tentacles, and I'm trying to work out what's what. Now I'm thinking this is probably a leafy plant, even though I've got a bit this side, but these long thin pieces here are probably tentacles. So I'm going to colour these right through. I'm just going to use this colour all the way through, the fuchsia. Sorry, that was blurred, wasn't it? I'm trying my hardest to work out where they are in this sort of crisscross mess. It's not mess, sort of mishmash, bits and pieces. It's gonna look messy when I finish, I expect. Oops, out of the lines. A bit there, and a bit there, and a bit there. So this one next. Like that. It's quite often hard to know what is a tentacle and what is a gap. Don't worry too much. No one's going to be looking that closely, and if they are, why are they? They shouldn't be. Tell them to stop. Yeah, I think that's it. Now I didn't do two colours in those tentacles because I didn't want to overcomplicate it. Now we don't need to use our black and grey. I've kept those out because we use those for the eyes of the fish and the seahorse. We're not going to need those today. We're going to use the emerald green now. So if a jellyfish doesn't have an eye, how does it see? Does it feel? Does it just move around and feel, or does it have sort of light sensors? Oh, I don't know much about fish and underwater life. I'm leaving a tiny gap. We can go in with a slightly lighter colour. This bit down here is a continuation from the seahorse. It would all be leaf colour. I'm not going to colour it in. I'm just doing this one. We didn't actually do it when we did our seahorse because it was off the bottom of the page, but it's just like this, you know, a bit of dark, a bit of light. I guess we could do it actually, because then it'll look finished, won't it? Yeah, and then you would have had instruction for every bit. I think that's a bit confusing there. I think that's that bit, and that's that bit, and this is this bit. It's a little confused. Oh, I got the seaweed, he's easy. And the good thing with this initial layer is that you don't have to worry. Can you see? Oh yeah. If you don't have to worry if you don't cover it all, because you're going to go in with a lighter colour in a bit, and that'll finish it off. So it's all quite simple. So we'll do this bit as well. Don't know if you can see. Oh, there we go. So it's just a matter of putting a little bit of colour here and there, nice and straightforward. There we go. And then we're going to grab our Shamrock green and finish it off. I'm going to start at the top, and then I'm going to try and remember to push the book up so you can see. It's a basically just going over those, all of the green again. Oh, I feel like I'm rushing because I'm hungry, but it's lunchtime, so I need to slow down. My stomach's telling me it's lunchtime, but the clock is telling me otherwise. Oh, I just did a really deep rumble. I think it was quite quiet though, thankfully. I got my son coming home this afternoon. Let's remember to unlock the front door for him. He has got a key, but I tend to leave the key in the door during the day in case someone comes to the door. It's a bit quicker. So it's not much use him having a door key because he can't get in. So I try and leave the door open for a little while if I'm around, as long as I can hear, and then he can come in, let himself in. Our door makes a really loud noise when it's opened, so you can hear. If I'm making tea in the kitchen and they're due in, I tend not to do anything like boil the kettle or anything that's going to be really noisy until they're in, and then I don't have to worry about not hearing. Okay, now this one also doesn't, oh, I haven't done the bottom bit. This one also doesn't have lots of coral, but we can still do, they look more like stones and shells, don't they? But we're just doing it all in the same colours. Now you'll have to keep sharpening your pencils for this. I was unsure what set to use that would keep its point well. These aren't brilliant for keeping their point well, but I haven't used them for ages on a video, so I thought I would just use them, it would make a change. And the colours in the sets work really well for this idea, I think. So like I've done for the other coral, I'm going to use the coral and to colour it first. I know this is like the opposite of what I've done with the others, where I did the darker colour first. This is my lightest colour, but because they're smaller, I somehow find it easier this way round. I don't know why, it doesn't make any logical sense, it's just the way my head works. You don't have to do it this way around. Yeah, we've got some larger circles here and here, but I'm going to do those. I think they'd look a bit odd if I did them as coral. So now the Passionfruit red, and just the outsides. So my electrician's coming tomorrow. He's supposed to be coming today, but he's changed the day because he had an appointment he'd forgotten about. It's fair enough. And ocean blue. This is for the background. We're going to pull that down a bit. We'll start in here where it's all quite complicated. Just do a light application around and about. And it's quite useful having a sharp pencil to get in all these nooks and crannies, but use it on its side or else it'll be too dark. I don't want it dark, I just want it quite light. Here now. Usually I just do it around the main item, so I'm not going to go up there, I'm just going to go around him here. I want to include everything that's part of the main sort of picture. I suspect Johanna drew, oh, another tray, my goodness, they're frequent this morning. Johanna drew, I suspect she drew a circle and drew this inside. Now with this blue, I am overlapping the pink a bit, but it's probably best to try not to, but don't get too het up about it. But overlapping the green is fine, it won't really show up because it's quite a greeny blue. So I'm just going around here, I'm not going to go down that bit. You probably can't even see it very much anyway, as I decided when I did, what's that line around there? As I decided when I did Mr. Fish, I wasn't going to do the bit between the these areas, just around them. I'll show you the finished thing when I'm done with this one, so that you can have a look at the effect and decide whether you agree or whether you would rather do a bit more blue in between each one. I think it gives it a more simple look, which is what I was after. Just tidy up that ragged end there. We need to go up to there so we can, because that one's going to be coloured, but we probably shouldn't have gone up there. Never mind. Just tidying up a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to use my silver pen again. Oops, my pencils are rolling around. This is the Gellyroll Metallic hash 553. We're going to do all the circles in the water. Going to go from top to bottom so I don't smudge it. Well, in theory, I did a picture the other day and managed to smudge the pen. I did right at the end. I don't know how I did it either, but I must have wiped the page with my hand or something. But never mind, it is what it is. Luckily it was silver on a blue sky. It didn't really show up anyway, so the smudges didn't really show up. But it's no good getting worried about it. It's supposed to be a fun, stress-free hobby. So we have to just chill. So there it is. You could put some silver dots on the jellyfish, whatever these are, where there are, let's not rub that on the page, where there are markings, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to leave it there. So there is the jellyfish. And let's zoom out for you so you can see the whole row of them. So there they all are together. So the goldfish definitely stands out a lot more than the other two. I think it's just because of the vibrant colours used. But I may put a few more layers of colour on the seahorses just to make them stand out a bit. There's quite a lot of white paper showing through, particularly on that edge. So I think if I put a bit more colour on that, it will stand out just a wee bit more. But there is the pattern, and that just needs to be repeated across the rest of the double pages. Easy peasy. I'm going to do them very gently and slowly and have fun with it, and I hope you do too. And you know, you can vary it up. As I said before, you could do some of the fish in purple, some of them in pinks. You can mix it up, some of the seahorses in orange, and you know, if you want to do it like that, it's completely up to you. We do have the gold pocket watch on this one. It isn't on any of the others. I'm just looking to see if there are any other sort of special bits and pieces that you might want some clues as to how to colour, because Johanna sometimes hides little treasury bits here and there, but I can't see any more, so I think that's the only one. If there are any and I've missed them, maybe do them in silver, in metallics, just so they look a little bit different. I don't know. Anyway, there we go. That's enough talking for now. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and happy colouring.